Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Albion. When last we left off, we had gone completely the wrong way to get to the Shrine of Srimalinar. We actually wanted to be on the other side of the river, the side that you start on when you get to this area. That side in the roughly the southwestern corner is where the shrine is, and we want to backtrack to get there, but going this way did have its benefits. We did get a lot of experience, and we also got a lot of items that we can sell later. We can't sell anything in Srimalinar right now. The bartender is not going to serve us. The merchant is not going to serve us because there are humans in the party, and there is a conflict between the Celts and the Iskai, and so we're kind of involved in it anyway. We need to go this way, and we also need to sort out the combat positioning, because it's very, very important that Jeer is a little bit more to the left. It's a very subtle reason, but with Jeer a little to the left, Jeer is better able to deal with some of the encounters we're about to face. Because, as you saw before, there are a lot of fears over on this side of the, this side by the shrine. And we're going to have to fight pretty much all of them. When I say fight, we're not actually going to fight many of them. Most of them we're going to banish away with Melthus's Banish Demon spell. It's very important that we level that up. Also, here are the attacks. They're mostly Fear 1s, there will be some Fear 2s, and the Fear 2s are usually singular. Let's deal with this, shall we? We also need to use Banish Demon and hope that demon doesn't move, and hope that the Fear doesn't try and use the Fear spell on Melthus. Like that. The advantage, at least, of that happening is that Melthus doesn't use the magic and will just flee. There we go, that should probably be good enough. We also want you to most certainly attack there. The sooner we can deal with these Fear 1s, the better here. It's only a very small amount of experience that we'd be getting either way, but it's more the experience with the Banish Demon spell that we want to get. There we are, and this one is much the same as the previous one. There are some very select amounts of encounters here. They do like targeting Melthus, they also like targeting Thunag, and when they target people like Jeer and Tom, it really doesn't work out whatsoever. Also, that was wasted mana, because they moved up instead of actually staying put. The Fear 3s are more reliable because they can use fireballs. There we go, and that should be the end of... well done, Raina! That should be the end of that Fear 1. There we go. Not bad. We also at some point want to hope that Melthus gets to level 20. Also, this is a easy encounter. There is a Fear 2 here. There is no longer a Fear 2 here. Goodbye. 25 experience. Is this another Fear 2? No, this is that mixture encounter there with the singular Rinri that is actually really, really dangerous. That Rinri is really dangerous because that Rinri's not going to run away. They can deal some quite nasty damage. If you think about it, that Rinri hits as hard as a Crondir too. And that's horrifying. Alright, Banish Demons here. We want you to attack that one there. We want you to attack this one here. And I think that will do right now. There's no point in using Thunag's magic here. It'll all just be wasted. There we go. One dead Fear 1, and we might as well use that spell again. There we go, it's slowly getting better. It's over half proficiency now. The main reason we're using all this effort to get Banish Demons to a high enough level, or Banish Demon rather, because there is a Banish Demon spell, is the Animal 3s. Animal 3s are exceptionally deadly, and being able to deal with them without having to fight them is very good indeed. Also, Raina gets to level 20 and still doesn't have 2 attacks around. Also, we can't get over to here without going up this way. There are some encounters here, we might as well fight them. They're really not that dangerous at all. 6 life points, absolutely fine. Most certainly, ooh, there's a fireball! I did not know the Fear 2s could cast the fireball spell. And that indeed is one dead enemy. We're going to use one of these potions now, or a few of the smaller potions, because there's really no reason to use up some of the bigger ones. There we go. Much better. And we're just going to wait. I'm surprised that these assembled Celts and Iskai do not try and fight these fears. Maybe they don't need to. Maybe it's just us that they decide to go for. Goodbye, Fear 2. See you never. 25 more experience. Tom is level 24. And now, another encounter. As you can see here, they're not that dangerous. There we go. We'll just wait very patiently. And goodbye to you. Another one dealt with, and here we go. Excellent. And it's another one of these mixture encounters that we need to be very, very careful about. These ones can be dangerous. Also, you don't have enough magic to safely use the... not bad there. Not bad at all. You don't have enough magic to use that safely at that distance, so we're just going to wait here. There we go. With all the fears gone, we should be quite safe in being able to deal with everything else. Also, how many crossbow bolts do you have left? Not many. That's actually not that bad whatsoever, because we're not going to be needing that crossbow, that bolt thrower for much longer. Not for Raynor, anyway. Raynor is only in the party for a select amount of time, and we're getting close to that point. And it's quite a good thing too, because Raynor's general ineffectiveness is really starting to show. It's really starting to show in the sense that people like Malthus are now just far, far better. And also Syrah is now brilliant at ranged combat. There we go. Excellent. Let's have a conversation, shall we? Begone! We have to defend this position. There indeed is a conflict about to happen. People are looking angrily at Tom and the others, and Iskai in front of the row says, or rather in the front row says, "Is it true that you're looking for evidence to incriminate Kontos? Even if you were to find such evidence, I doubt it would prevent a war. I don't know when the Mahinos will attack, but as you can see they're not very peaceful. Some Mahinos immediately reply, 'Nonsense! We will put an end to this farce and show the world what exactly goes on in that weird building. We're only waiting for Kontos to give the attack order.' Tom scans the crowd for Kontos, but doesn't see him. Because of a tense situation, Tom and his companions decide not to go into the shrine. It's generally a bad idea to go in there anyway. If only someone could find evidence against Kontos, maybe it would be helpful to speak to all the people again. Or perhaps something incriminating could be found in Kontos' laboratory, or in the Iskai town of Srimalinar. After all, the Iskai are the most affected by this, and they surely aren't completely ignorant. Indeed, that is a not-so-subtle hint of, hey, go back to Srimalinar, you might find something there. And also, here are some more encounters with fears, because they reappear quite quickly. They reappear very quickly. Also, we have absolutely no magic to speak of, so it's probably just worthwhile. We could use some magic here. A lot of life points could be used there. It might actually be worth it, because we're soon to rest anyway. And that was well deflected, and you are literally right there. It's actually worth doing this now. There we go, we'll just wait patiently. One gone, and excellent! Raynor's pretty good at deflecting them. Also, that is one less fear to worry about, and Malthus is finally level 20. Demon Exodus has now been learned. And what is Demon Exodus good for? Banishing a massive amount of demons. A massive amount. And that's really good all round. If we can get that to a very high level, we're gonna quite capably be able to deal with all of the demons that come our way. And it's those animal 3s that we need to worry about most of all. We have not seen the last of them, by any stretch of the imagination. So we're now going to go back to Srimalinar. It's very important that we go there as fast as we possibly can. Also, you've been picking those fruits for quite a long time. Also, here are some Warnegs, because the enemies, of course, will respawn along the way. There we go. Hello, how are you? You're actually quite easy to defeat. So we're just going to defeat you. There we go. We'll just do that and conserve all of our magic for now. I think we could possibly use a frost crystal here, though. It's a good idea to do so. We really need to make sure that we don't lose any of our party here, or have anyone be afflicted with something like ill, or insanity, or sickness. It's just a good idea to avoid it. Also, that is now so powerful that the 182 did not survive. Well, that is 4 damage. It's gonna get a little better every single time. I mean, you saw how effective the frost avalanche is now. It's very effective. And there is one enemy that is most certainly trying to be sneaky. May I make a recommendation, sir? Do not try and be sneaky. It's not going to end well for you. There we go. Excellent. 1 frost splinter, and that's going to deal a fair amount of damage. 27 points, and I think that is one pretty dead 183. Indeed, it is a very dead 183. We'll just take all of these things here and move on. I think it also might be a good idea to save, just in case something goes wrong. This part of the game, as I recall, can be a little bit prone to crashing, so we're going to save here just in case. Oh, we're not going to start a new game, though. That was most certainly a misclick. And then we started all over again. No, we most certainly did not. Ah, and there are some Scrin. Hello, how are you? You are not very dangerous. The only real threat here is that 183 that's back there, and the 183 is most certainly a long way away. It's going to take a while for that opponent to get anywhere near us, so we're going to just start pelting that opponent with attacks at a distance for now. There we go, we'll just deal with that one there, and we'll send some attacks that way. There we are. The Scrin are really not that dangerous whatsoever. It's a shame there isn't... Whoa, okay, neither was that 183. That 183 is now pretty much gone. And with that enemy gone, we really don't have anything to worry about. Not even a line of Scrin waiting to be obliterated can possibly be a threat to us. You know what else it's been a while since it's happened? A piece of equipment breaking. It's been a long time since that's happened. Most likely because, it's been a long time since enemies have managed to land really solid hits against us. Although it has happened, I was pretty much surprised that the Krondir weren't, the Krondir 2 that is, weren't breaking more of our equipment. There we go, one easy to defeat encounter, defeated. Brilliant, and we even got an item for our trouble. We're not going to be able to be served by anybody in Srimalinar. Oh, hello, more Scrin! Let's go and fight them, shall we? And this is a laughably easy encounter. It's sad how easy this encounter is going to be. And of course, because I've said that now, this encounter is going to be extremely difficult and everyone is going to horribly die. That is how that goes, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. Alright, there are some Scrin 2s, and they were completely ineffective. Yup, pretty ineffective. If only all encounters were this simple. Maybe someday they will be, but not right now. There we go. And I think that's that's pretty much dealt with. We didn't get much experience for that either. Alright, there's Srimalinar. And resting might be a good idea, actually. Nobody in the party is tired, though, so we're just going to go straight in. There we go. Maybe we can go to the merchant and see if we can say hello. Someone behind the counter shouts that Tom and his companions have to leave the shop immediately, so we can't get anything there. We do, however, want to head over to the merchant. Or not the merchant, rather, the tavern. I like how I indicated to the tavern and said merchant. That was silly. We have someone we need to talk to here, specifically the bartender, who's not going to be happy to see us at all. You don't really believe that I will serve you. If I were you, I wouldn't stay around here. You should go to the holy shrine and try to keep Kontos and his followers from going through with their plans. I now have solid evidence against Kontos. Evidence? You can have them, just so you can see who you're dealing with. I have copies of it too. It's only part of a document, though, which Kontos wants to destroy. It tells a lot, though. Even though you weren't very friendly to us here at Jeer, you have been very helpful, because this is the other half of the document that we need. Let's use it. The two parts of the document match each other exactly. The original document is restored, with some use of sticky tape and glue as well. Let's read it. The document contains interesting information. It points to an agreement between Conos, Guard and Rico, confirming that they're all linked. But travellers do not understand everything it is written, for much of it is in some kind of code language. It's probably some kind of contract for dividing up valuable materials. Nothing more can be said at the moment. Maybe this piece of evidence can be used to clear up the conflict between Iskai and Mahinos. Indeed, it can be. This is exactly what we need, and we also need to save here, because this is a very, very valuable document that we've just got a hold of, and we're getting very close to a rather tricky encounter that we're going to have to face. And if you've guessed that encounter we're going to face is Conos, you are absolutely right, because I don't think he's going to be very happy to... Oh, hello, how are you? Ah, it's you. You're just sort of stood there doing nothing right now. Oh, now you're going into Srimalinar. Have a good rest. It is pretty late after all. We're now going to... can we rest now? We can, and it's very important that we do, because we want to have full health and mana for when we go to deal with Conos. And there is an encounter there that I'm actually going to ignore. It's important that I ignore that encounter and try our best to keep our health as full as possible. We need to keep every piece of health and mana that we can, because we're about to sort this problem quite decisively. You could actually go and get the document pieces before you go to the shrine, but I decided just to show off what happens if you don't. Alright, a little bit over here. There should be some more fears in the area. We can avoid them. It's not going to be that difficult to do so. We might be back to deal with them anyway. Alright, let's go this way, shall we? Oh, there aren't any more. That's very handy. Let's deal with this, shall we? Be gone. We have to defend this position. This may be a little different this time. Tom walks between the two parties and holds up the incriminating document for everyone to see. The crowd grumbles as Conos suddenly comes out of the shrine and immediately speaks to his people. Don't believe him! Don't fall into the trap! This is really a very simple trick. They're trying to mislead you. The document is a falsification. If even half of a document matches the part that a jeer has kept, then it is genuine. Please, may I see the document at once? Tom gives the document to a small group of Iskai people. Several others gather round as they begin to examine the document. Darius suddenly emerges from the rows of the Mahinos and asks the Iskai if he too can examine the document. The small group converges while Conos does all he can to calm the Mahinos, who are quickly becoming more and more skeptical. Tom and his companions move to where they can address both groups. They tell the Iskai and the Mahinos about their recent conversations and the evidence they have found. Both groups grow restless and the gathering turns into a great pandemonium. Conos stands there, petrified, as he recognizes that he is losing all control. Finally, he makes one last effort and shouts, "Listen to me! What I am saying is true! I will prove to you that this place is full of horror and terror. I will enter the shrine and return with proof once and for all. If you desecrate our shrine, we will take revenge. Bah! Shrine! Empty words." Conos enters the holy building, closely followed by several Iskai. In the meantime, Darius has returned to his clan brothers. Immediately, all gather around as he begins talking hastily. The Mahinos look confused and upset. The Iskai seem concerned as well. Then after some time, a speaker steps forward and announces, "We are certain that the document is genuine, and that we fully understand its contents." Darius will agree with us, as he has seen the document for himself. The document is a contract between Conos, Guard and Rico. A long time ago, the three of them discovered something that we never knew. Under our holy vault lies large amounts of valuable metals and minerals. This also explains why someone, probably Conos, entered the shrine and dug several holes. He was probably taking samples. Conos is intelligent. With his good geographical knowledge, he probably knew that this was a prime location for minerals and metal deposits. And so, we now understand that our shrine has been standing on a valuable metal mine for generations, and we never known about it. It is easy to understand Conos' plan now. With his purposeful rumours, he wanted to convince everyone that the shrine was dangerous for all Mani. Fortunately, he only partially succeeded. The plan suggested destroying the shrine so that the valuable ores could be mined quietly. Guard and Rico's part of this plot was to monitor the situation in Belovino. They were spreading the same rumours there, As thanks for their support, naturally, they were to have shared in the profits. The document even specifies the shares. Also, they have used their influence in the council on Kontos's behalf. But Kontos also made a grave mistake. He assumed that Mother Earth would allow the ores to be given away to criminals without her consent. Naturally, Kontos does not believe in such things. He thinks that everything can be solved with mathematics and magic.
But those horrible creatures, they were here, weren't they? Some of them are still being found. Didn't they come out of the shrine?
No, they were also creations of Kontos. And that makes sense. He is the only magician in all of Mani who is able to create and call forth such creatures. All of his closest confidants can confirm that. He succeeded in two things with these creatures. He was able to test his magic and create false evidence that could support his claims. Fortunately, our kind of magic is incapable of doing these things. This long address unsettles even the last Mahinos who stand behind Kontos. The new unrest spreads, and there is intense discussion among the Mahinos. It looks as if they can't believe that they have been used as mere tools in Kontos's greedy plans. And even if some questions are still unanswered, it is clear that the people of Conos have been deceived. I was about to say Kontos there. Tom and the others have prevented the worst, and now it is just a matter of time before the two groups can reconcile. The more reasonable Mahinos apologize to Kikoskia. Others head back to Conos, offended and depressed. One thing is clear for both groups. They are thankful for your intervention and peaceful solution. Both Kikoskia and Mahinos invite you to visit them again soon. Suddenly, you remember that there is still one big problem. What is Kontos doing in the shrine? And now we're going to go and deal with Kontos. And I'll be back in just a moment. And we are back. Let's go and deal with Kontos, shall we? Human beings may not enter the holy site of the Kikoskia. They're going to make an exception for us. Let's go in, shall we, and see what we can find. When Tom and his companions enter the holy cellar, they are quite surprised at first. Each of them had imagined this place to be quite different. Gloomy, cold, oppressive. No one had expected what was here. This cellar looks almost like someone's home. It's quite comfortable and offers everything you need to live. Only the gathering hall and the remarkable doors make it different. There is a special feeling to this place. Tom even thinks he hears the soft sound of bells. In any case, he does not want to disturb the eternal peace of the Kikoskia souls here. It is worth looking around though, as there are a few things that we can open and get items from. Mainly money. We just need to look around and see what we can find. There's nothing here, there's nothing here. Is there anything here? No. There's not really a lot of money in any of these, but it's worth having a look anyway. It does indeed look like somebody's home, which is, as they say, a little different from what they were expecting. Here's a little bit of gold, no one will mind if we take it. No one will mind whatsoever. It does explain why there's always apparently somebody here in this shrine. You could pretty much live here. Is there anything in here? No, there is not. We're not going to open any of the doors, there's nothing behind them of any value. And as I said, nobody's going to mind that we're here. I think there's actually an Kikoskia in here that we can go and talk to. Is there anything in that one? It's going to take a bit of time to get over there, but there we go. There's nothing in here at all. Let's have another look, shall we? Down here this time, I think. Anyone? There's someone in here, I think. Someone, just one person. Or maybe not. I'm pretty sure there was, though. Oh well, if there's nobody here, there's no... Ah, there is someone here. Hello. Let's go and have a conversation with you. It's a very brief conversation. Kontos is not here. I've searched everywhere. I don't know where he is. I'll tell you where he is. He's outside. Kontos is waiting for you so he can settle an account. It's okay. You're in debt, Kontos. And the price of your debt is your life. Kontos is exceptionally deadly. He has 650 health. And that is a lot. Fortunately, we are faster than him. And magic just isn't going to work that well against him. So what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to obliterate him. As quickly as we possibly can. And I mean as quickly as we possibly can. There we go. let's do this, shall we? He has a lot of health and a lot of magic. But fortunately, we have far more of pretty much everything. We have more people to fight him, we have more, attacks than he does. And we have a lot of healing that we can just sort of divvy around in the form of these really, really effective potions. He may have 650 health, but we are dealing a lot of damage. Also, he just drained some health, I think, there. That's not really going to work to your benefit, though, as you are a magician and you're currently in close combat with a lot of really dangerous people. There is Thunderbolt. It's a very dangerous spell indeed. But fortunately we have the ultimate counter to all that he's doing, and that is these blue healing potions. We still have a few of them kicking around, and because we have a few of them, we might as well use them. And these green ones as well. There we go. I think we're pretty comfortably going to win here. But you never know, we might not. Or we just might kick his butt completely. There we go. He may be a wizard. That is quite a nasty spell. It's a very nasty spell. It pretty much hits everyone. Bad news for you, though. You have already taken a lot of damage. And as you can see, he's draining life there. It's moderately effective. It's not completely effective, though. And we still have even more healing potions. I'd like to see you try and win this. I really don't think you're going to win this. We're going to use some healing here. It's pretty effective. There we go. Yeah, it's not going very well for you. You're stealing magic as well, and you are dead. Also, he has a lot of good stuff. He has 250 gold, which we'll just take. And he has a protection amulet, which we'll have. And he also has some jewels here. He has some rations, which we'll just take here. And he also has a luck chain, just in case we need somebody to have even more luck than they already do. I think it's safe to say that we'll leave his clothes on him. Yeah, we'll leave them. It's safe to say now that we have absolutely obliterated everything that is here, and solved the problem between the Iskai and the Celts. And so, when we come back, folks, we'll be heading back to Beloveno, selling a few things, and also talking to Frill, because after all, we need to go and speak with Frill concerning where he wants to take us. Apparently it seemed important, and trust me, it is. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.